Hi, I'm Lavelle and I'm a senior at North.
What are some of your goals for the future as a student?
So for the future, I want to be a doctor. So I definitely hope to be very involved in college. I really hope I get good grades in college, and I'm definitely going to work very hard to achieve my ultimate goal.
How did you become interested in the medical field?
So I first became interested my summer before freshman year. I went to work with my mom. She works at a surgery center. And I never really thought about going into the medical field before this, but I got to see so many different careers. So I got to talk to nurses, to surgeons, anesthesiologists, physician assistants. And I just thought it was so fascinating what they did. And it was so cool how a patient came in and, they were sick or they were hurt, and then they were able to help them and they left with a smile on their face. So after that, I was definitely like, wow, this is pretty cool. So my freshman year, I wasn't completely set yet. But then sophomore year, I attended a program at Georgetown, and it was essentially like a preview into medical school in the medical field. So we had lectures every day, we had labs every day, and the moment I think that really made me, dedicate, that I validated my hopes for the future was in the cadaver lab. So I walked in, I was so nervous. I thought I was going to pass out. And I was like, if I pass out, I can't be a doctor. Like, it's done there. So I walked in, I was like shaking. I didn't sleep the night before. And my first station was the brain station. And just walking up to a table with brains was just insane, like surreal, and then the medical student handed it to me and I was like, oh my goodness, like this is someone's life. This was someone's life. The brain controlled everything and I'm holding it in my hand. So that day was really so impactful, and it was really such a great experience because I really got to see so much of the human body, and that was really when it validated, I'm going to be a doctor. So that was really very important for me.
Within being a doctor, what's your favorite study within that?
I've gone back and forth between so many different specialties, and I have a lot of time, obviously, to decide, but I really like pediatrics. I've always loved kids, and I really like how you get to care for the kids when they're young, and you get to see them grow. You get to really form a strong relationship with them while also doing a lot of different clinical, diagnoses and stuff like that.
How do you describe your educational experience in Middletown?
It has been great. I have no complaints. I've had the best teachers. I've made the best friends, best administrators. I think you can really see how close of a community Middletown is through our school system, and everyone really cares about each other. So it's been amazing.
What are some of your fondest memories that you had in high school?
Oh, so many. Football games were definitely a highlight of high school, and I think that's why I wanted to go to a bigger school because, school spirit, it's so strong at North, so I wanted to continue with that. All the trips with A-Push, AP Lang, Nerf War for A-Push was definitely fun, and the Europe trip Miss Hill organized this past summer was awesome.
Can you just describe some of the moments that you had in those trips?
Yeah, sure. So I remember my first football game. I was so nervous, a little freshman. I didn't know what to expect. I sat in the very back, the very, very back, because I was like, I don't want anyone to be mad at me for sitting, I was so scared. And it was so much fun. I remember just like smiling the whole game and saying, wow, like this is going to be so much fun for the next 4 years. The A-Push Nerf War was awesome because we were all so stressed before the AP test. So we had this the night before and we let all of our frustrations out. And I remember falling while we all went and we were sprinting to grab a gun. And I remember just falling flat on my face. But, I'm always going to remember these things and take them with me.
What is your favorite subject or class in school?
That's hard. Science, I've always loved science, whether it was bio, chem, anatomy, that's always been, one of my favorite classes, and Spanish has also been my favorite subject.
Are you in the honor society?
Yes, so I'm in National Honor Society, Spanish, science, and math.
Do you have a role model or a teacher that had a lasting impact on you?
Definitely. I would say my parents are my role models, and especially with my mom in the medical field, she's really been very helpful and always like told me to pursue my career. And I think it's great that I do have my mom, because I've seen her, really progress with her jobs, and it shows that you can start off in the medical field with whatever you want, and you can go as high up as you want, if you know what I mean. And you could do anything you put your mind to. And teachers, very hard, because I've had so many great teachers. My Spanish teachers, so Miss Costas and Miss T. Maria, have definitely been very important, and they've really, really fueled my passion for Spanish. Miss Price with anatomy last year was great. Miss McGowan. So see, I have so many teachers that I would really be completely different if I didn't have them.
What are some of your biggest accomplishments?
Being inducted into National Honor Society was one of my biggest accomplishments at North. We all worked so hard, to get the grades, to be involved. So I was so happy to finally be inducted last spring with all my classmates, because we really worked hard. This year I took the seal of biliteracy for Spanish, and I passed. So that was definitely a big deal for me. And I've also been playing softball for a while. So I've had a lot of accomplishments on the field, and I've just really had a great time with that too.
Along with being a doctor, do you want to continue Spanish and softball in college?
For sure. I'm actually double majoring in biological sciences and Spanish, because I really do love both, and I can't imagine not pursuing Spanish in college. So I definitely hope to study abroad and use my Spanish there. And I think it's so important in the medical field, because so many people speak Spanish. So I'll be able to communicate with more patients. And I have considered playing softball with either with an intramural team, or even a club team.
What are some of your hobbies outside of school?
Softball has been my entire life. I started when I was really young, and I've been playing travel ever since. So we play in the fall, spring, and the summer. And every weekend, I can't imagine doing anything else other than being at the softball field.
How has quarantine affected your senior year?
When we first went into quarantine, I was very positive. I was hoping for a good outcome, that, the coronavirus would eventually, slow down and everything would get better. But now it's definitely hard knowing that we're not going back to school, and just sitting at home all day, doesn't make it better. But I've definitely tried to get outside a lot to get my mind off of things. And I know it's sad that, we're missing out on certain things of senior year, but my one hope is that all of this ends soon with the coronavirus, and then hopefully we'll be able to do something all together to, have a little bit of closure and say goodbye to everyone that we've been going to school with for however many years. After quarantine, I think I'll definitely get back into softball, because I haven't been to the field. I haven't seen my team. We don't really know what is going to happen this summer with our travel season. So I definitely hope to get back into that after quarantine. I haven't really been doing a lot of anything really in quarantine, other than I take a walk every day, or I'll drive to the beach for a sunset. But other than that, I really haven't been doing anything that I really love, because it's all kind of outside of school, outside of the house.
What are some advice or words of wisdom for underclassmen or students that are interested in the same things you are?
For people who want to go into the medical field, I would definitely say to research it, because you're going to dedicate a lot of your life to your studies. So after college for 4 years, you go to medical school for 4 years, and then residency can be anywhere from 4 to even 8 years, I think, and then you could further specialize with a fellowship. So it definitely takes a lot of dedication, but I think that if anyone works hard, they can definitely do it. I know that I'm hoping I can, but I think you just have to have that mindset that you can if you work hard, put the work in, and stuff like that. And for the underclassmen at North, I would definitely say to never take anything for granted. I know last year with AP testing and stuff, I was stressed a lot, and I would always say, man, I wish this test was over. I wish it was summer. But now looking back, I wish I never said that, because I wish I was in school right now. Prepping for my AP test, is crazy as that sounds, but and to always live in the moment, because I know it's cliche, and everyone tells you these 4 years go by, but they really do go by so fast. And I mean, you'll take so many good memories with you, but you really should try to live in the moment and, just enjoy every second that you have.
Can you just share some more like special memories that you had? Like anything. It doesn't have to be specific.
I remember this year, I went to my guidance counselor after school because I heard rank was out and everyone was like, oh, rank. And I went to her and I didn't really have high expectations. And I was kind of like, whatever, I did the best I could, whatever at this point. And I remember she wrote the number down and I was so excited. And it was such a special moment because you could tell how excited she was for me. And it was much higher than I ever imagined. We hugged, and it was just such a good moment because she's really helped me throughout these last few years, and it was really special with my counselor. I've had so many special moments. Trying to think. I think when I found out about the seal of biliteracy, I was extremely, extremely happy. I remember, all of my friends who also passed, we were hugging each other. We were like, oh my goodness, it was so crazy. I'm trying to think. Miss McGowan's class is always, I have so many good memories from that class because I feel like we're a very close class, so we always share so much together and we have a lot of different experiences. And in AP Spanish this year, it's been such a fun class. I can't even explain everything all the fun memories and laughs we've had, but I think one highlight was when we had a fashion show and I dressed up as a person for Carnival in Brazil. And it was just so fun and so crazy. And I remember the security guard watching us come out of the bathroom after we all got changed and laughing at me. So definitely a lot of fun moments and memories.
I remember seeing pictures on Instagram and stuff of it. So it was really funny. So yeah, that's all the questions I have. Is there anything else you would like to say?
I want to really say thank you to all my teachers at North and my friends because it's been the best 4 years of my life thus far. Thank you for doing this, Sophia. Seriously, it's awesome. I watched Dr. Cartier's, everyone's. I'm like, go Sophia. Thank you for doing this.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band, I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name in a star. Now look at where we at, still growing up, still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I've become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that glass first. Wish I made it to homecoming, got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would've gotten out of my show. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself. Rooftop open, and the stars above. Moment frozen, sneaking out and falling in love. Me, you, and that futon, we just begun. On the grass dreaming, figuring out who I was. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past while missing out on now. We've come so far, I guess I'm proud. And I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars, I've been around. I felt some pain, I've seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.